Raccoons look like they should be easy to domesticate. They're intelligent. They're roughly the size of a small dog. They can use their paws almost like hands. And people have successfully domesticated animals with similar traits for thousands of years. So why can't raccoons be domesticated? Why did dogs become some of the most important animals in human history while raccoons remain wild? In this video, we'll break down the surprising behavioral differences between dogs and raccoons, why raccoons are so difficult to control, and why one became a reliable partner for humans while the other never did. And if you enjoy learning the hidden reasons behind everyday things, consider subscribing and let us know what we should cover next. At first glance, raccoons seem like they should be easy to domesticate. They're intelligent, they're curious, they can solve problems, open containers, and manipulate objects with their sensitive front paws. Humans have successfully domesticated animals for thousands of years, so why not raccoons? The answer comes down to one major difference: temperament. While dogs evolved in ways that made them easier for humans to live and work with, raccoons evolved as independent survivors. They live in environments filled with threats, competition, and uncertainty. Raccoons have to deal with predators, territorial fights, changing food sources, and constant danger from roads, people, and other animals. For them, survival depended on being cautious, adaptable, and ready to defend themselves. That shaped their behavior over thousands of years. Raccoons are extremely intelligent, highly curious, and much more unpredictable than domesticated dogs. If a raccoon feels threatened, its first instinct is not cooperation, it's self-protection. Raccoons can bite, scratch, hiss, and fight aggressively when cornered. Their teeth and claws can cause serious injuries, especially when the animal is frightened or stressed. That kind of defensiveness makes domestication incredibly difficult because domesticated animals need more than intelligence. They also need the right social behavior. Dogs evolved from social ancestors that lived in groups and responded to hierarchies. They naturally formed bonds, followed leaders, and cooperated with other members of their group. That made it easier for humans to become part of their social structure. Raccoons are different. They're far more independent. Although raccoons can interact with one another, especially mothers and their young, they don't naturally live in the kind of cooperative social groups that humans could easily control. They're not built around following a leader or working together as a team. That's another major problem. Domesticated animals need to remain relatively calm around humans, especially under stress. But raccoons can become difficult to handle once they're frightened, frustrated, or overstimulated. Their intelligence can also work against humans. A raccoon may learn how to open doors, escape enclosures, get into food supplies, or defeat simple barriers. That makes them unreliable as household or working animals. Now, technically, raccoons can be tamed to some extent. There have been cases where individual raccoons were raised by humans, trained, or kept as pets. But taming and domestication are not the same thing. Taming means an individual animal learns to tolerate humans. Domestication happens over many generations. It involves selectively breeding animals for traits like calmness, cooperation, predictable behavior, and reduced aggression. That process worked very well with dogs, but with raccoons, the traits humans needed simply weren't present in the same way. Their intelligence was useful, but it came with independence, curiosity, strong escape instincts, and a tendency to defend themselves when handled. And there was another problem. Humans already had dogs. By the time people began living closely with animals, dogs were already doing the job extremely well. They could guard settlements, help with hunting, follow human commands, protect livestock, and form strong emotional bonds with people. So there was little reason to spend generations trying to domesticate an animal that was harder to control, more destructive, and less cooperative, especially when a better alternative already existed. And over time, that difference became even larger. Humans continued breeding dogs to become calmer, more obedient, more social, and easier to work with. Dogs became even more useful, while raccoons remained wild by comparison. So, while raccoons and dogs may both be intelligent and adaptable, their behavior evolved in very different ways. One became a cooperative partner for humans, the other became an independent problem solver, built to survive on its own. And that difference changed history. Without domesticated dogs, human societies would have developed very differently. Hunting, protection, herding, transportation, and companionship all depended heavily on dogs for thousands of years. Raccoons simply weren't suited for that role. Not because they weren't smart enough, but because their instincts made cooperation difficult. So the next time you see a raccoon and wonder why humans never domesticated it like a dog, the answer isn't really about intelligence or appearance, it's about behavior. One evolved to cooperate with a social group, the other evolved to survive independently, investigate everything, and defend itself when necessary. And those instincts are still visible today. This has been Questions Answered. Thanks for watching.